Hello everybody, my name is James, hope you're doing well and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be talking about a new penalty verdict that's been issued following an incident involving Max Verstappen, as well as some big comments Lewis Hamilton has made about Ferrari's race pace in China. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Formula 1 content, but let's jump straight into the video. So let's start with Hamilton, who seems quite optimistic about the Chinese Grand Prix despite having a difficult qualifying in the Ferrari. Now, as we know, Hamilton had an amazing start to the Chinese Grand Prix weekend. It is a sprint weekend, so there was a sprint qualifying and a sprint race. Hamilton took pole for sprint qualifying, and then in the race, he showed really good pace. You know, he was able to keep cars behind him, he was able to look after his tyres, and he ended up winning by around 6.9 seconds. So yeah, that was really encouraging for Ferrari and Hamilton. But then you go to qualifying for the main Grand Prix, and Hamilton was only able to go P5 with his teammate Charles Leclerc just behind him in P6. So yeah, not really what Ferrari would have been expecting following such a strong performance in the sprint side of the weekend. And after qualifying, Hamilton did reveal that changes between the sprint and qualifying had been made. Now, you could argue that Ferrari maybe should have just left the car alone. You know, if it was working well in the sprint, why change it for qualifying and the main Grand Prix? But Hamilton has now revealed that while the changes made it harder on a single lap, the changes were done to improve race performance, with him being quoted by Racing News 365 as saying, "How you use the tyres is going to be key, but I feel optimistic for tomorrow. I'll try to get a good start and jump at least one car and slowly make my way up. Tonight, I'm just going to make a master plan of how to win, and I'm going to try and execute it. That's the mindset I have. There are going to be swings and roundabouts, right? There are going to be ups and downs, and we didn't expect to be 5th or 6th, or I didn't expect to be where I am. But it's what we're going to be faced with through the season, so you've just got to try and stay calm." So yeah, it seems Hamilton is very optimistic for the race pace tomorrow, and in a way that doesn't surprise me. A, the changes have been made to improve race performance, and B, you look at the sprint side of things, and yeah, Hamilton was really, really strong. He was loving the car, he was loving the track, he was just at one with everything and was performing really, really well, and that would have given him a lot of confidence, especially after a difficult weekend like Melbourne. So yeah, it will be interesting to see where Ferrari ends up tomorrow. But let's move on to Red Bull's junior team Racing Bulls, who have been slapped with a fine for an unsafe release for Isaac Hadjar into Max Verstappen during qualifying. Now, as everyone was preparing for their second runs in Q3, Verstappen was making his way down the pit lane, and as that was happening, Isaac Hadjar was released from his garage right into the path of Verstappen, and Verstappen had to take avoiding action. Now, when you saw this live, it was quite clear that there was going to be some form of punishment for the Red Bull Junior team, and the stewards have decided to fine Racing Bulls €5,000, with their verdict saying, "The driver of car 6 stated that he followed the instructions of his pit lane representative and came out of the garage when requested to do so. He was slightly late in exiting the garage, but in any event, it was clear that the release was late, and that resulted in car 6 being released into the path of car 1. The driver of car 1 had to take evasive action to avoid a collision or risk flat spotting his tyres if he braked hard." But that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and until the next one, take care. Bye.